My name's Nick Goldschmidt. I'm the winemaker for Goldschmidt Vineyards, and I do everything in my life to make these 4 wines. And I have 2 vineyards that I do this from. One in the Alexander Valley, a very, very unique site. As far as I know, it's the only north-facing vineyard that I know of in the Alexander Valley. And when you have a north-facing slope, it's very cool. We don't get a lot of heat from the afternoon, and so we can get a lot of flavor and a lot of maturity going on in terms of tannin and flavor. The Alexander Valley typically has a lot of east-facing slopes, which are too steep to plant, and we like east-facing slopes because they have morning sun, whereas the west-facing slope has the afternoon heat. And a lot of vineyards in the Alexander Valley are west-facing. These north-facing slopes are extremely rare, and as I said, it's the only one that I know of that's north-facing. So by being north-facing, we don't have a lot of this afternoon heat. And it is also an old terrace vineyard, so it goes from north around to the northeast. And it's on one of these little knolls just to the east of Geyserville. There are 4 knolls, and this is the 3rd one coming south. Awesome wine, regularly scores 93, 95 points in the Wine Enthusiast, Wine Spectator, and we've had a great track record with this wine. First release of this was 1999. Only make 400 to 500 cases in any year. The second wine that we have is from Oakville. Oakville is obviously in the Napa Valley. It's the middle appellation. If you know where Napa is, it goes Napa, Yountville, Oakville, Rutherford, St. Helena. So we're on the Oakville, and we're also on the east side of Oakville, on the Silverado Trail, just south of the Oakville Cross. There's this little area called the Game Ranch, and again, a very unique site, very bouldery, very thin soil, and with that wine you're going to get a lot of intensity, a lot of black pepper and black cherry, and very, very interesting wine. Again, looking at the Alexander Valley, the neighbors for this are the Forefathers Vineyard that I make under the Forefathers label, the Forefathers Cabernet. Silver Oak, Jordan, Semi Reserve Cabernet, and Milestone are also neighbors to this vineyard. The Goldschmidt Alexander Valley is so intense, very, very full on, very seamless, very ripe. Just there's no jagged edges at all, and the tannins just sort of evaporate in the back of your mouth. Just a really pleasing wine, and this wine will last for years and years. And as I said, only 400 or 500 cases made. With the Oakville, the neighbors in Oakville are Beckstoffer, Continuum, Screaming Eagle, Nickel Nickel. Also really scores highly in many of the magazines. Awesome wine, just really intense, a lot of black cherry and a lot of power. Quite different to the Alexander Valley Goldschmidt. These wines are both picked on, well, they're not picked on the same day, but they're both made exactly the same. They both go into the same barrels. They're aged for the same amount of time on skins and bottled on the same day. So the only differences you get in these wines is the actual vineyard itself. The Alexander Valley is going to give a lot more elegance and suppleness and richness of tannins, being cooler, whereas the Napa Valley is going to be a little bit more fruit forward. I try to make this wine from the Napa a little bit more Alexander Valley like. I want to have a little bit more red fruit and a little bit more in your face and a bit more obvious. And I think quite different to some of my other neighbors in that sense, but at the same time it still has the power and lushness that is typical of the Oakville appellation. Anyway, hope you enjoy the Goldschmidt wines. They're really worth seeking out, and I really hope you enjoy them. Thank you.